Buongiorno traders, how are we? Hope you're all well. Trader Tom here from Simply Forex, and we are going to do three things today, maybe four. We are going to look at the trades that I am currently in, and then we are also going to look at potential trades setting up. So we'll do that first of all, guys. Then we are going to take as many of your questions as humanly possible. All right, so please get involved, guys. Ask as many questions as you like about trading. I don't bite, honestly. And then thirdly, guys, we are going to look at the news, right? But there isn't any big news coming out, all right? But we do have some news later on. We've got some JOLTS job openings. So some of this could really move the US dollar later on. We do have some speakers coming out of the Bank of England as well. And I'm actually in a pound trade. So that's interesting as well. But first point of call, let's focus on the trades that I am in. Before we do, can I just say I went to the gym for the first time after my 5-week holiday, and it doesn't all ache yet, but tomorrow I am going to be walking around like a robot, like I've pooed myself, I reckon. But yeah, that's tomorrow. Let's not worry about that today. I feel good. I've been to the gym. I need to. I have become fat. Right. Let's start with Euro Pound, because this is a buy trade that I actually spoke about in yesterday's live stream. And I just got into it today, right? Now let me explain why I got into it where I did and why I like this for buys. So Euro Pound, we actually discussed this yesterday, right? So it was in this downtrend, okay, and then it found this area of resistance and then it broke. We are now in an uptrend because we are getting higher highs and we've broken a key resistance level. So higher highs, broken a key resistance level. The candle is bullish enough. Now, obviously, I don't like this top wick, right? I want to, that means there's a few sellers towards the end of the day, but it's a bullish enough candle. The body's broken this level. And I just want to take price potentially all the way back up to these highs in here. Okay, and then if you remember the weekly chart also looks very nice indeed, right? We're in this weekly uptrend. We've got all of these nice bullish candles. All of these are bullish pretty much. Look at the bottom wicks, right? All bullish. So everything was telling me I could buy Euro Pound, and then I did. Simple as that. But I know I may have gotten in a little bit early here, but it's okay because I'm still trading within my parameters and my risk management. So let me explain, right? So you can see here that level that got broke. But before then, you can see the H4 was building up, right? So we're in a H4 uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs, clearly in an uptrend. Now, I got in, I didn't wait for a bullish candle. It was an aggressive entry. I got in at that last low, okay? Now, I got in at that level because it's proven to be a bit of support before, right? So I just got in at that level. Now, you can see where my alarm is. I'm fully aware that price could very much come back into this level. And this level would be a very nice buying zone for Euro Pound. But what I'll do, I may even add to the trade there because I like that setup so much. But I am currently in this trade because of that level. If it does pop down to this level, I will also add to the trade. And my stop loss is here because of this trend line. All right. And we're below the river here as well. And all I'm looking to do, guys, is get my 1:1 and then perhaps let some profit run. So Euro Pound I am in. I am also in Euro Canadian dollar sells. So you're probably thinking, Tom, are you a maniac? You are basically trading Euro weakness and Euro strength. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, right? Because Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's understand the other trade that I am in, and it's Euro Canadian dollar sells. And I actually got in down here, guys, right? So let's put in a short position here. I got in here. All right, and this is my trade so far. This is my trade that I'm looking to take. Okay, so that's my Euro Canadian dollar trade. So again, let's understand that and why I took it. Because again, guys, everything, you know, all the reasons I take a trade are always the same. You know, I don't want to be, well, I do. I want my trading to be boring, methodical, slow, dull. You know, obviously I'm, you know, I don't want you to start all tuning off, but that's how your trading should be, guys. Just you do the same thing day in, day out, right? I don't get my kicks from trading. I get my kicks from making profit, right, at the end of the month, right? I don't want to be in the market all of the time, right? That's not where I get my kicks, whereas a lot of traders do, right? They want to be trading. I don't, right? I want to be in the best quality trades I can. So if we just look at Euro Canadian dollar day chart, right? We were here and then bang, 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 we're in a downtrend, right? We're getting lower lows, lower highs, right? Clearly in a downtrend. We're tracking below the river, okay, which is good as well. And we've got all of this room potentially to move in all the way back down to this support level here. If I just zoom out, you can see that's really the next piece of big support, right? So we've got lots of room to move into. And then on the H4, I traded this aggressively, right? Now, wrongly or rightly, we shall see, right? And obviously, I don't like this big bullish candle. But basically, guys, we were in terms of structure, right? So we started to get lower highs, right? But these lows never broke. So if you look at it from that point of view, you could be like, Tom, you're not really with H4 structure. And I couldn't disagree with that. But I really like the day chart. And once price retraced to a certain level in here, I just entered, right? I wanted to put my stop above this last high here, which I have. And I'm just looking to take price back down to the next big psychological number, and this 16,000. Now, like I say, guys, I'm in this trade. I do not like that candle, obviously, right? But it's not panic stations. When I see that candle, I don't want to see that candle, but it's not panic stations, right? It's just, I say to myself, right, we're at a nice level of resistance here. Let's see what the next H4 candle does. And as you can see, sellers have started to come in. Whether they remain and we push price down, we shall see. But yeah, this is where I am so far with Euro Canadian dollar. And like I said, you're probably thinking, Tom, are you a bloody maniac? Because what I'm doing, I am selling Euro Canadian dollar, right, which suggests euro weakness, and I am buying euro pound, right, which suggests euro strength. Now, I don't want you to think of it like that, okay? What I'm trading here is Canadian dollar strength and pound weakness, okay? And I'm going to support this idea by showing you all my trade ideas, right? So if we go to the Discord now, so they're the trades I'm in, right? Euro CAD sell and Euro pound buy. Again, I put all of my trades in the VIP Discord, guys, all right? So if you're interested, go get involved. But if we go down to here and I show you, now this is in the free Discord. So we go to Tom's daily trade ideas, right? And every day I put all of my trade ideas in this room. Now, I'm not going to trade all of those pairs, obviously, right? would blow all of my risk and money management. But if I get a setup, which I have, I got a setup on Euro Canadian dollar sells, and I got a setup on Euro pound buys. But I wanted to show you this because you can see CAD strength, right? CAD strength, CAD strength, CAD strength, CAD strength. So I'm with Euro Canadian dollar, I am trading this Canadian dollar strength that I am seeing. Okay. And then with the other trade, right, we are seeing pound weakness. Okay. Pound weakness, pound weakness, pound weakness, pound weakness. So the Euro pound trade is trading pound weakness. All right, so that's what I am seeing. And it's a really good idea for you to look at 28 currency pairs, right? So I look at 28 currency pairs every blimming morning. I enjoy it. I enjoy the analysis. I have my same morning routine. I do my analysis. I enjoy it, right? It's the most important 45 minutes of my day. Right, it prepares me for the day, gets me into the right mindset, and shows me the trades that I can or can't take. It means I won't be impulsive. I will be consistent in what I do, and that breeds results. So this is what I am looking at, all of these. Now, because I look at 28 currency pairs, and then I dwindle it down to how many we got here? 9 trades. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 9 trades, right? So we've got 9 trades here, but what this does, by looking at 28 currency pairs, it gives me a really good macro view of what is strong and what is weak. And I just showed you there, I'm basically seeing Canadian dollar strength and I'm seeing some pound weakness, right? So really important that you look at those pairs, guys, so you too can understand what's strong and what's not. What is strong like bull or weak like, what's a very weak animal? I was going to say a bunny, but still probably quite strong. Anyway, you get the idea. So that's where we are with my trades, guys. So yeah, but that's enough about me. Let's focus on you guys, right? So let's say hello to a few people and see who is in the house. Daniel from Nigeria, how are you, my friend? Luigi, the most Italian man in the world, how are you? Jolma, how are you, Jolma? How are you getting on with the indicator? I see you kicking ass in the indicator room. Brett, afternoon, how are you? Stuart, like John Wayne. Get off your horse and drink your milk, Pilgrim. That is my John Wayne impression. You didn't know I could do impressions. Right, we got a question straight away. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Daniel, we'll take a look at that. Hi, Jane. Hi, Tony. Tony, I sent you a message today about a US broker that you can use. Go check them out. I sent you a message in the Discord. Right, okay, we've got loads more questions coming in. Right. Let's have a look at Daniel's question here. Before we do, actually, guys, can I also show you my new overlay that I've put? Look what I've done here. Yeah, can you at the top of the screen here? Yeah, so we've got the website at the top left. We've got the join the free Discord in the middle, and we've got free VIP and TradingView subscription if you sign up with Pepperstone. Yeah, I'm quite proud of my little overlay. Anyway, right, Daniel. Good afternoon, Tom from Nigeria. My question is, what is the right way to enter H4? Because sometimes it closes engulfing candle. Should I wait for a pullback or the enter and it stops there? Okay. Now, this is what you should do. It doesn't matter what. Now, typically I enter on the H4 time frame because it suits me, right? Let me just have a quick drink of coffee. Adrian, if you're watching, this mug is for you. So H4 suits me, right? So it generally gives me about a trade a day, right? It gives me a little bit over a trade a day, and that's enough. That's all I need. Some days I might have no trades, other days I might have 3 trades, right? But generally about a trade a day. And that's all I want. I don't want to be at the screen all day. I want one trade, you know, win or lose, it doesn't matter. I just trade my setup and H4 gives me that. Okay. So you could enter, maybe you enter on the H1, maybe you enter on the daily, it doesn't matter. What I'm about to show you is how you should enter a chart. Now, right, obviously you want to be with trend, okay? So if you get an uptrend, you want to buy, right? It's as simple as that. Now, the only way to buy in my books is at an area of value. Okay, and an area of value means a pullback. Simple as that, right? So we're getting higher lows, higher highs, right? We're in an uptrend. Now, do I want to start buying up here? No, there's no value. But what you'll find, guys, is price will pull back. Rarely will a chart just do that. Rarely, right? Sometimes it will, and you'll miss out on a trade, no problem. But I want this pullback. And usually you get a pullback to what was the last high. Yeah, it becomes what was good resistance here, becomes good support here. This is a, you know, again, I've said this a million times. If there was one trade setup that you could take for the rest of your life, it should be that. Right? It should. It is an A1 top-notch bad boy. Gal Gadot marries Mo Salah, love child of a setup, right? And here I want to buy. At that level, I am all over buys. Okay, so just well, not in theory. I mean, this is reality. This is how I trade, but this is the theory, right? You look for trend, you wait for a pullback to an area of support or resistance, and you take the trade. Now, as we know, guys, we use the smart river as well. And normally you've got the smart river tracking up through here as well, right? And that acts as another piece of confluence and a really good zone to buy the trade. Okay. Now, at this level, you've got 2 decisions to make, right? Do you wait for a bullish candle to form, or do you not? Right now, sometimes I will trade aggressively because I really like the daily setup, and other times I will wait for a bullish candle because the daily, you know, let's say the daily candle isn't bullish enough. Okay, and that's it. But let's just say, to be on the safe side, wait for a bullish candle, looks something like this. You can start buying, you can put your stops below the candle or this last swing low, and you just want to take price back up to these highs, right? If not further. And that's what we're looking for, guys, right? So if I just show you, look, I mean, here's some great examples. You don't have to look too far. Just look at our smart river kicking ass, right? So what you're seeing on the screen, guys, this is how new price action 101 indicator, right? The smart river. It's got loads of other functions, our indicator. But let me just show you this. So we H4 uptrend, we get a retrace to the river, we buy. H4 uptrend, retrace to the river, it messes around a bit. Price is good, we buy. Price comes back to the river, right? We buy. Price comes back to the river, okay, starts breaking below the river, but we get a nice bullish candle, we buy, right? And then when that river starts to break and H4 structure breaks, we want to do the opposite, right? We want to start selling. So let's go and look at that piece of the chart, okay? And again, right? We don't want to start selling here, no value, retrace into the river, start selling. Pull back, retrace into the river, start selling, right? And so on and so forth. This is a great example, but you'll see it on any chart, guys, right? But that's how you want to trade, because by doing this, you are trading with trend, right? H4 trend. I back it up with daily trend as well. You can see here our indicator also gives you the daily direction, right? And yeah, you're trading with trend, okay? Secondly, you're trading from an area of support and resistance, right? Dynamic support and resistance in this case, right? Thirdly, you're trading from an area of value because you've waited for a pullback. And then, you know, waiting for a bullish or bearish candle, again, is a little bit discretionary, but that's up to you. You can work out what you want to do with that, and, you know, you can trade. Now, a good example today is I didn't wait for a bearish candle. Now, this may come back and bite me on the arse, it might not, but I entered here. And then we got this candle, right? So not ideal, but we're still at this resistance level. So we'll see. But, you know, I'm with daily time frame. We were trading below the river, right, when I entered. Okay, aggressive entry, but let's see. So that's what you want to look for, guys, right? And don't overcomplicate it, right? Your human nature is to overcomplicate things, right? Now don't right? Don't overcomplicate it. Just abide by a few price action rules and keep doing the same shit day in, day out. And I don't say shit negatively. I enjoy trading. I mean it as in it is the same shit every day, right? But that's what breeds consistency, and that's what breeds good habits, and that's what breeds confidence, right? If you keep doing the same thing and it keeps working, or for me, it works 60% of the time, that's usually my win percentage, then you're doing all right. So there you go, Daniel. I hope that answers your question. Okay. So Parandeep says something here. Hi, Tom. I think there is no aggressive entry. It's just your emotions. Why are you capping in front of so-called new students? What's capping? Capping, I don't know. New students. Okay, but the point about no aggressive entry, I disagree, right? By waiting for a bullish or bearish candle, you have another piece of confluence to take the trade. If I just trade from a level, I haven't had that additional piece of confluence. So I would say it's aggressive. Right, what are we looking at here? Omar, hey Tom, does a buy on Swiss franc yen around 182.70 look interesting? Let's have a look, Omar. Let's have a look at Swiss franc here. Okay, and before I do, guys, if I could please ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Also, guys, if you just look above my head, we have got, first of all, we've got the website where we have access to all of our premium trading education, www.simply-forex.com. You can get access to our course. You can get access to the VIP Trading Academy. You can get access to my mentorship program, and you can get access to our new Price Action 101 indicator. The middle one, guys, Discord. Come join our free trading community, right? It's free. Come join it and embrace the other traders. Yeah, you don't need to be alone, guys. Trading can be quite a lonely place. Come join the Discord. And then finally, guys, Pepperstone. This live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone. Pepperstone, and if you switch brokers today and sign up with Pepperstone, a world-class a world-class broker, we will give you free access to the VIP, and we'll give you a Trading View subscription as well. All the links are in the video description, so go check out if you're interested in any of that. Right, Omar, hey Tom, does a buy on Swiss franc yen around 182.70 look interesting? 182.70. 182.70. Right, you're dropping quite a bit here. You sure you mean 182.70? because 182.70 is here. So if you are buying, I don't think it's going to come down to there, Omar. Now, buys from here are interesting. 184.15. That's interesting. If we look at H4, you know, I'm interested in this trade. You can see I've got an alarm here. We'll see how the chart plays out, but I'm interested in buying from that level. Again, we've got the Smart River coming up. We know this was once support, could become support again. So yeah, that's where I'm looking for buys with Swiss franc yen. Who else is here? Jane, thank you. Great analysis, Tom. Thank you, Jane. You Jane, me Tarzan. Couldn't help myself, Jane. Had to do it. Okay, Maleko. We have got, can we look at pound Swiss franc? Yes, we can. Now, yeah, it's a nice level for selling, Maleko. I'm in euro pound. So let's understand that correlation. So euro pound buys, right, which I'm in, right, is looking to do that, is exactly the same pretty much as pound Swiss franc sells, right? Euro pound and pound Swiss franc are highly inversely correlated. So I clearly like pound Swiss franc. And let's look at it from a daily point of view, right? We really like it because we broke this level through here, right? We was like, right, is this going to remain in an uptrend? And then we just got sideways and then bang, we've broken down, right? We've broken these lows in here. And then if we look at the H4, right, it's retracing to a really nice level. Now, again, right, it's bang, it did go up and then it shot down. So we're in a H4 downtrend because we're getting lower lows. And it's retracing to our Smart River, right? And it's at resistance as well. Now, I aggressively got into euro pound because I didn't wait for a bullish candle, right? Now, this is exactly the same trade pretty much. So yes, I like the trade. I wouldn't get into it because I'm already in euro pound and it's basically the same trade. Now, I would probably wait and see what price does here. I would wait for a bearish candle because the daily isn't brilliant, right? The daily, you've got this wick, right, that closed back into this low. So this isn't as strong. If we look at euro pound now, it isn't as strong as this candle, right? This candle is a clear break, clearly broke, loads of room to move into. I want to be more aggressive on that daily candle. Whereas pound Swiss franc, I just don't want to be as aggressive, right? Because of these wicks. But I like it for a sell trade. So I would wait and see what price does in this area. And I would be looking for a bearish candle. And then I think you've got a good sell trade on your hands. Back down to here, if not further. So hope that helps, Maleko. Phil, how are you, Phil? Afternoon. Who else have we got in? Omar, thank you. And Brett, appreciate it. It's all FOMO. Okay. Okay, so Parandeep saying my euro pound buy trade is FOMO. I wouldn't say it's FOMO, right? I try to, I appreciate guys like this, no problem, right? But I don't think this is FOMO because I'm willing. I've just started the trade, right? I like the daily candle. I like the daily setup. I've started buying from the last piece of support, right? Now, if price comes down into here, as I said earlier, I will add to this trade. So what I'm doing is is not FOMO. It's building a trade based on the premise that price could just shoot up from here. If it does, great, I make money, right? If it comes down into here and I add to the position and it shoots up, great, I make money. So it's not FOMO, building the trade and taking into account different levels where price could shoot off from, right? But yeah, I you know, there could be an argument for when are aggressive trades FOMO, right? I get that. I get the point. But yeah, in this scenario, it's not FOMO. It's just trading from an area where I think price could react from. Now, I think it could react from here, right? And I think it could react from here. I will enter both levels. All right, so let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Right, what else are we looking at? Tom, can you have a look at pound Canadian dollar? Yes, certainly. Let's have a look at pound Canadian dollar. Yeah, I mean, I like this as well, John. You know, I like a lot of the pound weakness trades. We've just looked at pound Swiss franc. I also like this. Let me have a quick drink of coffee and water. Got to stay hydrated. It's thirsty work, this trading. Yeah, so let's take a look, guys, right? So pound Canadian dollar. Let's do a top-down approach with this one, right? Now, on the day chart, okay, we are seeing a breakdown, right? We was in this uptrend, right? And then we broke down. And this is where we're at, right? We're getting lower. Stop making higher highs. We're getting lower highs, lower lows. Okay. And we saw a load of pound weakness come into the market. You know, in retrospect, we found out it was about Guilds, it was about Reeves, the woman, and a couple of other things. But it's irrelevant, right? It really doesn't matter. Yeah, unless you knew that was going to come out, then it doesn't matter, right? And you didn't know it was coming out. And if you did know it was coming out, that's actually insider trading, and you'll probably get done. Anyway, right, we're in a downtrend. We've got a nice big bearish candle, and we've got lots of room to move into. I would look to take price down to this 8,350 psychological level. Okay. Now, the pound has had a bit of a retrace today, right? And it's at a really nice level. Now, this is another very interesting point. I think it's interesting because I like talking about charts and stuff like that. And I assume you do because you've tuned in, right? So hopefully you won't find this, well, it's not, boy, it's a good tutorial, this one. Because this is a prime example of can you enter aggressively or not, and other factors you need to take into account, right? Now, there's no doubting this is a nice level, right? We've got the smart river coming down. We know that's good for selling. And we've got this level of resistance here. That's good for selling. So this zone is a really nice area for selling, right? It is. See the daily is bearish as per the analysis I just showed you, right? Now, this is another thing of if you can enter aggressive or not. Now, if I enter aggressively, right, let's say I start entering here, because I have no bearish candle, really, I need to put my stop up here. Because I haven't seen sellers enter the market yet. I'm just selling a level, right? And then I would look to take price back down to these lows, right? Would I get my 1:1? Probably just about. Okay. Now, that's if I enter aggressively. That's what my stop loss would need to go here. Now, that would be an aggressive entry in my books because I haven't waited for a candle. Now, the beauty of waiting for a candle, let's say we get a big bearish candle, looks like this, right? We get a big bearish red candle. Christ, that is the worst candle I've ever drawn. Right, let's say we get a big red candle that looks like this. Now you have more context in your chart. You have a nice big bearish candle. So let's start, say, you selling here. Now you can be a little bit more tighter with your stop loss, right? I would look to put my stop loss perhaps in here now, right? And take price back down to these lows, right? I can be a little bit tighter with my target as well. And that's the difference between waiting for a bearish candle. You can move your stop loss and be a bit more aggressive with it because the market has shown you traders are in the house, right? Or you just trade the level and your stop loss has to go up here. Those are the things that I consider when I trade aggressively, or I keep using that term, when I trade a level and don't wait for a bearish or bullish candle. But yes, Jolma, I really like that level. You know, I am a little bit perplexed by the bullishness of these candles, firstly on pound Canadian dollar, and obviously not euro pound, on euro Canadian dollar, right? I am. Yeah, I'm in this trade. I don't want to see that candle. So that's another good point. So if we go back to pound Canadian dollar, the fact that we've seen all this bullish buying pressure, I would probably wait for a bearish candle now, right? When I entered euro Canadian dollar, I entered here when this candle was forming. This candle formed after I entered. So yeah, those are all the things that I'm considering and thinking about when looking at my entry, stop loss. Can I trade aggressively? Should I wait for a bullish or bearish candle, etc.? So I hope that helps, guys. Right, what else are we looking at? Okay, so thanks, Tom. Analyzing the charts you dropped on Discord that you're interested in. Okay, Omar, yeah, take a look at those every day. I put them in there every day. They're all my trade ideas. Take a look. Okay, so we've got here, Omar, I think a sell on pound Swiss franc around 1.0890. Let's have a look. Okay, so we were talking about 1.0890. Do you think 1.0890? Do you mean 1.0790? Not 108.90 is up here. So just check your price there, Omar. Parandeep, I appreciate your efforts. Nothing personal. Yeah, no problem, Parandeep. Yeah, I mean, I'm showing you how I roll. Hopefully, you know, the reason, the thing you want to do, guys, is, you know, if you listen to me or you listen to any other trader, you want to find something that makes sense to you, right? Now, the reason people have joined the channel is because what I'm showing is facts. I'm showing facts on a chart, right? There's no preconceived ideas. There's no opinions. It's just price action with facts on a chart, right? So this is in a downtrend, bearish candle, we're at a resistance level. But, you know, if we have enough reasons to enter a trade, we enter. And that's technical trading. And that factual trading based around price action, a lot of people gravitate to, right? Because it's logical, it makes sense. Whereas if I say to you, right, you're going to trade when the moving average 9 crosses the moving average 21, above it, you're going to buy, below it, you're going to sell it. Now, I'm not saying those strategies don't work, right? Maybe they do. I've tried some in my time and they didn't work for me. But that may not sit well with you. There's no logic behind it. You don't understand why you're trading, right? I was like, right, 9's above the 21, I start buying. You have no idea why you're entering the trade. It's a very mechanical entry, right? Whereas what price action shows you is the facts on a chart that are all there for everyone to see. And it's just up to you to learn that skill to read it, right? And that's the reason we built the indicator. We wanted to help people read price action, right? And that's it. That's the only way to trade for me, right? Because I've tried everything else. I've tried moving average crossovers. I've tried MACD divergence. I've tried Ichimoku clouds. When we're above the cloud, I buy. When we're below it, we sell. With Hikinashi candles, I've tried all that. And I started getting some consistency when I stripped everything back and focused on price action. Because that's how the markets move. Okay. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? Let me just get a quick drink. I'm choking to death here. I don't want to die live on YouTube, although we'll probably get quite a few good views. Trader dies on live stream. The irony is I'll be dead, but we'll have about 12 million views. Guys, please don't look above my head. Go check out the website. Loads of premium trading education in there, on there. Check it out. You can see the website there. Join our free Discord, guys. We've got a great trading community. Come join that. And also, guys, if you want free VIP and a TradingView Essential subscription, switch brokers today with Pepperstone. If you want information on all of these things, check out the links in the video description. All right, check it out, y'all. Okay, Parandeep has got Euro New Zealand is ready for a bullish move. Now, I believe Jolma, you were looking for this. I cannot disagree with that. I think this is potentially a good buy trade, right? I've been looking at this myself. The problem with it is we just haven't quite had a break of these highs, right? We've clearly had a break of a trend line, right? You can see that there, right? Right, and we've broken this trend line and we're starting to push out of the trend line and above the river as well. So yeah, difficult to disagree. Euro New Zealand buys, the more I look at it, the more I like it. Because if you look at the day chart as well, this was the other thing that put me off slightly, was the bearishness of these candles. So there was just a couple of things that kept me out of this trade. But ultimately, right, we're in this uptrend. Okay, we are, right? These are not bullish candles, but we are bouncing off the river, right? And we've got loads of room to move into as well, potentially back up to here. So it ticks a few boxes, right? But not candlesticks. That box is not ticked. And if we go down to the H4, right, as I said, we've broken this trend line and you can see price is starting to build up. You can start to see higher lows, right? We're not getting higher highs yet, though. So I think, yeah, Euro New Zealand dollar is a good buy trade, potentially back up to here. Now, obviously, I'm in Euro pound buy. So we'll see. But yes, the more I look at this, the more I like it. Euro New Zealand is a good trade, and Jolma will agree with you, Parandeep. So, yes. Yeah, good trade. Bullish. Buy it. What else, guys? Tony. Yeah, Tony, like I said, sent you a message about the US broker if you want help with that. All right. Guys, we are going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. Please don't forget to come join me again, same time tomorrow, 8 a.m. New York EST time. Get your questions ready for me. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow Adios, amigos.